Y'all go ahead and get your hate out. Get all your names you're going to call me and get that out of your system. But for your information, I have been on 9 cruises since 1993. The ones through 2005 were not cheap, but they were very nice cruises. The people that worked the ship were nice. The people that were on the cruise were nice. You didn't go to the dining room dressed like you were going to the pool. There was a certain amount of decorum required. When you got up in the morning, you could go through early in the morning, because I was, you could go through the breakfast and get coffee and a donut. They had a continental breakfast that early. And then go to what's called the Serenity deck, and you could sit there and drink your coffee and enjoy the sun coming up. You couldn't do that on this last cruise because they were still drunk from the night before. And the only place they could find to hide with their goofiness is on the Serenity deck. The people on either side of us in the cabin were ridiculous. Their trash stumbled out into the hallway. And I'm not talking people, I'm talking literal trash. They would go up to the bars, the buffets, and get plates and plates of stuff, and then just pile it on the floor outside their door.
Yeah, if you don't know what she's trying to say, what she's basically trying to say is that there has been a new element based off of the popularity of cruises, and obviously social media, I believe, played a large role and people now doing stuff on cruises because you know how it is. People are a Me Too culture, and so they can't think for themselves. And a lot of times, all of the things that they embrace or the things that they think is dope is all based off of what somebody else says. So, because cruises have now become the thing, and it's been a lot of stuff. Tulum, it's a space spot over in Ohio that everybody used to go to. Now it's Black Yacht. Obviously, that's been around for a little time, but she's basically saying that black people, and not even all black people, but black culture and the worst of us, have now infiltrated into a place that used to be an okay and affordable place to go, and they've completely ruined it by bringing their nonsense with them. And I don't understand it because it's almost like people feel like just because they spend their money that they can do whatever it is that they do or do whatever it is that they want to do. Oh, it's my money. Oh, I pay for it and all of this stuff. And that's not how it works. How it usually works, and this is how it works when you start to spend money, is the more money that you spend, the more decorum you're supposed to have. Let me say it again for the people in the back, because I know that there's some people that disagree with me and you think that the customer is always right, and it's not. It's almost like a restaurant. Like, think about it from a restaurant perspective. If you are just buying fast food or whatever, you can have it your way. Literally, that is the slogan, I believe, of Burger King. I think it's like have it your way. You can do whatever it is that you want. You can go through the drive through, you can do all of that. When you start to get to the 5-star experiences, not just a steakhouse, all right? 5-star experiences, you get it the way that the chef prepares it for you because the chef now can kind of give you some insight on how you're supposed to eat it, how you're supposed to enjoy it, right? They're creating the experience for you. And as weird as it may seem, the more money you spend, the higher the expectation of you to act a certain way because people are not necessarily just paying for the experience, they're paying for an opportunity to put themselves in rare air. They're spending money to keep a certain element out, and so everybody is supposed to. It's not just about profitability; it's about exclusivity. That's what people are paying for. They're paying for exclusivity. They're not paying for just profitability. Of course, they want to be profitable or come along with it, but if you go into certain neighborhoods or you go into certain country clubs or you go into certain buildings, right? The reason that the prices are so high is because they want to keep a certain element out. And so I believe what has happened is accessibility, which is one of the reasons that I don't believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion. I think that it's about class. Accessibility breeds contempt, and then contempt then turns into people blaming the line for racism. Now they're blaming Carnival for being racist. And women like this, you may not like her, but she is the core of the business that Carnival has used in order to support themselves for a long time. So while Carnival may want to expand, they still want to keep out a certain element. And it doesn't mean that they're against black people. It means that they're against ghetto-ness and ratchetness and hood rats and people that are ruining the experience. If I spend an egregious amount of money, or if I spend my money to go on a cruise, which you can count me out of cruises, I'm not even into it. If I spend my money, or I'm stuck on a boat next to a person on a cruise, if you think I want to have a pile of trash outside of the hallway every single day that probably smells, and the level of ratchetness and what requires in order for them to continue to clean it up from the staff, then you got another thing coming. It's crazy.
There was no class. In the words of my grandfather, they had no couth. The fighting is what amazed me. You're on vacation in parts of the most beautiful part of the world, and all you can do is cuss, scream, and fight. Now, mind you, I met people on this cruise that were from a Baptist church somewhere up near Chicago. There was about 15 of them. I regret to this day not getting their names. I had such a fun time with those people. But I couldn't visit with them because of all the nonsense going on. And it didn't matter where you went on the ship. The nonsense. Now, I watched a lady's video today where she blamed it all on Carnival for dropping the prices. I don't know how much more you could insult your own people. That because they paid an inexpensive fare, that somehow excused them from their stupid actions? No. No. It's not Carnival's fault they lowered prices. It's ill-mannered, classless people. And while there may be a large part of it, one particular race, it is not race exclusive. But what amazed me is you couldn't go to the swimming pool deck, ever. From like 8 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock at night, you couldn't go. Because it was bad. It was bad. So when I got back, I wrote Carnival a letter, told them I would be not to be sailing with them again, because I did not enjoy my cruise. People take cruises to relax. They take cruises to have a good time. You go in the bar, have a few drinks, have a lot of fun. You come lay out on the deck by the pool, have a few drinks, enjoy yourself. Have a hamburger. Have whatever you want. But enjoy yourself. You don't enjoy yourself on Carnival anymore.
Let me know what y'all think inside of the chat. Let me know what y'all think. I want to know what y'all think. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off of life. Is she right or is she wrong? I love y'all. Can't wait to see y'all comments on this one.